Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I'm going to be sharing with you some makeup products that I picked up from Primark, and they are a few of the items that I shared with you yesterday, and today I'm going to be testing out those products to see if I like them or not. First of all, I just want to share with you some nail polish. So I actually showed you this nail polish yesterday. It's in the shade Selfie. It's the PS Insta Girl Nail Lacquer 1 coat, and this was £1.50. I actually tried this on today and I absolutely love this shade. It is a beautiful dusky light pink colour. It is beautiful, and it actually did apply as one coat as the bottle suggested. So this is just one coat. It also dried very quickly, so I was very impressed with that. The test now is to see how long it takes to chip, because I don't really have a great deal of luck with nail polish. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works. But obviously I just wanted to let you know, obviously this was the shade Selfie, and to let you know that it is one coat and it worked very well. So what I'm going to be testing out today is first of all the PS setting powder. So I've applied my foundation, my concealer, I've added a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of my usual mascara, just because I haven't actually used up the mascara, the other mascara from Primark, so I don't want to open the new one until I've finished that. So yeah, like I say, it's the PS setting powder. It's £3. There is only one shade at the moment, which is this yellow powder, so I'm really intrigued to see how this works. Now in the top you will find a sticky label, so I've just peeled that sticky label off the top, and you're left with this like sieve here. So I'm just going to tip a little bit of the product into the lid like that. In fact, that's way too much, and it is yellow. You can see that from the close up there. And the brush that I'm going to use is the brush that I always use, and it is the Real Techniques contour brush. I use this every day to add setting powder under the eye, and I find that it works really well to get in there. I'm not going to bake with it. I'm not going to add lots and lots of powder, because I don't want to add, well, I just don't want the under eye to be too dry. So I'm going to add a little bit and just set the under eye with this, the powders that I've used, and see how I get on with that. Now it does actually feel very finely milled. So I've got my mirror here also, so I will just be looking into the mirror. That's not too bad at all, actually. Yeah, it's not too bad. It looks very good on camera. In real life, it's not too bad. I would say that it's a little bit lighter than the Makeup Revolution. I would say that it's definitely a little bit lighter than that. But it has set the under eye, so that's absolutely fine, and it does look very good in the mirror there. The only thing is that sieve has tipped out a great deal of the product, so I think what I'm going to do is take the lid off if I can, and then tip that back in later. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and it has brightened up the under eye a little bit as well. So perhaps being a little bit lighter, that may work if you want to brighten the under eye up. But I also find that because I never used to actually set the under eye, and I used to, obviously, you know, I use product under the eye, concealer and also foundation, and even though the foundation that I use is a matte foundation, if you don't set it with powder, I do tend to find that it does leave a sheen which emphasizes any kind of, you know, if you've got under eye bags or, you know, any kind of lines or anything like that, I find that any sheen under there does emphasize that. So I always set the under eye now, and it works perfectly, not only to give a little bit of a brightening effect, but also it reduces the amount of creases that you get throughout the day. Obviously you're going to be smiling and talking and so forth during the day, so you obviously want to try and stop that from happening too much. And I really, like I say, I really find that it really does you know, stop the highlight of any lines or any you know, bagginess under the eye. So the next product that I'm going to share with you is the Strobe. So this is the PS Strobing Highlighting Cream. This is not the shade that I wanted. This one is rose gold, and I really wanted champagne. But for £2, I thought this is worth a try. But to be honest, when I swatched it yesterday on my hand, I wasn't too impressed. Obviously, I've tested over the last week some fantastic highlighters, the liquid highlighters from Makeup Revolution. So perhaps this has got a lot to live up to. But yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with the sheen that it gave off yesterday at all. So I'm just going to pop a little bit onto my finger. And then I'm just going to add it to the area that I want. And then I'm going to get my sponge again, which is just this sponge, and it's just dampened slightly. And then I'm just going to add that product. I'm going to add a little bit more actually. Now when I added it to my hand yesterday, there was hardly any sheen whatsoever. But I am finding that there is a slight sheen. It's not what I would say, you know, an over the top sheen by any means at all. It is extremely subtle. So now I'm going to just add that to the other side. Pick up my sponge again. Now it is giving a slight sheen, so I'm actually thinking, you know, it's better than what I thought yesterday. So there is a slight sheen there. Yeah, there's a slight sheen, you can see that there, and because it's rose gold, it has given me a little bit of colour too, not anything major. Yeah, a little bit that side and a little bit that side. I wouldn't say it's over the top by any means. It is more of a subtle glow. So if you are looking for something that is quite in your face, I would probably stay away from this. If you're looking for that subtle glow, then you will like this. I'm really excited actually to see if I can pick up the champagne shade, because I'm quite impressed with that actually, because when I did swatch it I thought, oh no, it's not going to work, there's no sheen at all, but actually it's not too bad, it's a little bit. Now I'm moving on to the eyes. So I've prepped my eyes, like I say, I've primed them, obviously I've done my brows, and I've added a little bit of mascara as well, and I've got two palettes here, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for. I think I'm going to go for this one here, the more plum and pink one. And when you open it up, you have got 12 shades, and I think if I remember rightly, there were 7 matte and 5 shimmers. 7 mattes, 5 shimmers in this. And yeah, I think on, you know, first on a first glance, or at first glance, looking at the shades, I think this is very You know, it's one of those palettes that's got everything. You've got shimmer in there, you have got mattes, you have got deeper shimmers, you have got quite a number of matte shades as well. This would be a good palette, you know, for perhaps everyday use. So that's at first glance. Obviously I've not used it yet, so I've not swatched it. I've just taken the tape off this morning so I can, you know, get at the palette easier. But apart from that, I've not done anything else. So I think I'm going to start off with this shade here, which is a beautiful light. It's like a very light brown shade. Looks quite peachy on camera, but it is like a neutral light brown. And of course I'm going to be using my Primark contour eye brush, which I absolutely love, and I'm just going to dip in to the product. Now there is a little bit of kickback, you can see that there, so you can see that there, but as I've discovered from a lot of other palettes that have, you know, kickback like this, it could mean that it's actually very good to blend. So what I'm going to do is pop it on the eye now. I'll start with this one because that's the one that you can see a little bit better, and yeah, go from there. So I'm going to use this as the transition shade and just pop it in the crease and above. Well, first impressions is that one tap into that product has really, well, it's worked very, very well. It's also blended out very nicely as well. So I'm just picking up that excess and I'm just going to add that same shade to the other eye. I'm very, very impressed with that because, I mean, that is the lightest, I think, is it the lightest? There's a pink shade in there as well, but that would be my, and I think a lot of people's transitional shade, and to be honest, that is extremely pigmented. So I'm very, very impressed with that to start with. That is very good. Very, very good. Now I want to deepen that up slightly. So I'm now going to go for the shade that is right beside it, which is that colour there, which is like a, it's like a red brown. So I'm just going to, and what I like about this brush is that you can use it, you know, it is a one-stop brush really. I know that there's a lot of you know, YouTubers that use all different kinds of brushes, but this one I find is really multi-purpose. So I'm just going to dip the tip into that deeper brown and then add that into the crease. Now I'm a little bit concerned now, I'm tapping off the excess, that this is going to be very, very pigmented. So let's see. In fact, actually, let me start on the other side again. Yeah. Very, very good. Not quite as much kickback on this second shade. But yes, very, very pigmented. Very impressed. And that is very, very good for a £6 palette. I have actually tried out some Primark palettes before, and to be honest, I've only ever used them once because they were never very pigmented, or there was something that I didn't like about them. But actually this is working extremely well. They're blending out beautifully. They just look really, really good. Very, very nice. I like the colours. Whoops, I've got a stray eyelash. I like the colours so far, how they're working together. Obviously I've gone for a more neutral look. But yeah, I'm really, really liking that look as well. So now I think I'm going to go under the eye, and again I'm going to use the tip of this brush, and I'm going to use that very first shade so I'm just popping that on the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to go under the eye. Again, blending absolutely beautifully. Love that. I'm just going to add a little bit of the second shade on the very outer corner. Like that, and to the other side as well. And if you can hear any noise, I do apologise. One of my neighbours is actually having their roof done. So apologies about the noise. So there is the matte shades laid down. I think that is absolutely stunning. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer. I think what I'm going to do actually is add a little bit of that second shade just to the inner part of the eye. Just lightly, just to give a little bit of deepness there. And then what I'm going to do is swap brushes now, and I'm going to pick up my Wilko brush. These are only 95p, and I'm going to pick up a shade. Now I'm going to pick up a shimmer shade. Not quite sure which shimmer shade I'm going to go for. I think I'm going to go for, is that a matte one there? I think I'm going to go for, I'm actually not sure. Actually, no, I know what I'm going to go for. This one here. Sorry, I thought this was the shimmer shade. I wanted a light one and I didn't even see that. So I'm going to this one here. And I'm going to pop that on this Wilko brush and see how this one works. Put that back down. So I'm just going to highlight this area here and see how we get on. Wow, that's not too bad. Well, you can definitely see that. I'm just going to go around the outside of that. I'm just going to go over that actually with a different shade. I'm going to go over that with this shade here because I do like it, but I just want something a little bit warmer. So I'm going to get a little bit of that on the brush. See how that works over the top. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. I think it was just a little bit too light, and I wanted something a little bit more deeper. That's better. So actually, that was very, very good. And now, for the last product that I want to share with you, and that is the lip product. And what I want to try on today is the shade in Flutter. So it looks like this, and I do love the first two shades that I tried, but I think this is possibly going to be a better shade for me, because it seems to be a little bit rosy. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Right. So first of all, I want to put the lip liner on, which is like this. And so I'm just going to add that. A little bit lighter than what I thought, but nonetheless a very pretty shade. Now on to the actual lip product, the actual lipstick, and it looks like that. Let me just swatch both of them. So there's the actual liner, and there is the lip product, the liquid lipstick. So let me just add that. It is a regular doe foot applicator. Oh yeah. That colour is stunning. That is a beautiful, beautiful shade. I think I'm going to have to pick up a couple more of those. That is gorgeous. I think I'm going to get my eye palette again. I'm not happy with, I wasn't expecting it to be actually so pigmented. I'm just going to add a little bit of the lighter shade, the champagne shade, over the top, just to lighten that. So yeah, I think that's a little bit better. So my final thoughts, now I've completed all the makeup. I really liked this. I thought this was very, very finely milled. So this is the PS setting powder. Really liked this. I thought it gave an overall very, very nice finish under the eye, and set my makeup very, very well. I have now had it on for a little while, and I am actually seeing some creasing, and it has settled into the fine lines that I've got around my eyes. So I'm not sure how well this is going to last, but it doesn't seem to have, I don't know, it doesn't look as good as my Makeup Revolution. So I'm not quite sure about this. The jury's still out, I think, about that. I will have to get back to you on that, but it's definitely, you know, under my eyes just does not look as good as it normally does. The nail polish, I really, really love the shade of this. I love the fact that it is just one coat, as it states on the bottle. Not sure how long it's going to last, but really, really love the colour. The strobe cream, I'm impressed with the fact that it gave a little bit of a sheen off, because when I swatched it yesterday, I did feel that there was no sheen at all when I popped it on my hand. So I'm impressed with the fact that there is a little bit of sheen, but to be honest, it's very, very minimal. So I think I'll have to try the champagne shade to see how I get on with that. The liquid lipstick, it's now dried down to a powder finish. It is completely matte, no tackiness, and absolutely love that. For £3, I think this is my favourite shade out of the 4, and I love it. I'm definitely going to get a couple more of those. The Master Eye palette, really impressed with this. It is so pigmented. I'm actually a little bit taken aback about how pigmented it is. Very pigmented, and I love the shades in here. I think this one really is very good because you've got neutrals in there as well as, you know, brighter pops of colours. I really wish that I could try both of them out. I'll have to try this one out on another day because this has got a lot more. This has got like more pink purples in it with a little bit of brown neutral tone to it, and this one has got more brown neutrals with a little bit of the pink or peach shade coming through and a green shade there. But yeah, overall very impressed with that for £6. The quality is amazing. So I hope that's helped if you are looking to pick up some Primark makeup. Very inexpensive. Most of it has worked. It's just a shame that the strobe cream was not more intense, but perhaps you can build it up, I suppose, if you want a subtle glow. You know, that's what it has given me, so at least it has worked, and for £2, you know, it's not bad. The setting powder, I think that's probably what I'm most disappointed about out of the bunch, because it really has settled into the fine lines, and although yes, it looked really good to start with, I don't know, it just, to be honest, it now looks like I haven't actually put anything on. It's just, yeah, I'm not overly impressed with that, so I'll obviously have to see how it performs throughout the day. But I hope that that has helped you if you are looking to purchase some Primark makeup. So obviously I would like you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and obviously comment down below. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.